Welcome to the college football playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, and all the drama has led up to this point, the first round of the 12-team playoff. And a home field advantage for one side. This place is rocking. And our matchup tonight sets up a potential Cinderella story. The last team to qualify for this 12-team playoff on the road against a team that likely believes it should be resting and watching this first-round game on TV. This is a dangerous spot for the home team and a chance for the underdog to spring an upset and move on to the quarterfinals. As we'll see the number 12 seed in this playoff, the Michigan Wolverines. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this college football playoff gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. And they'll give it to the back. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a third down early in the game, a chance to get them off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
The Wolverines lining up here on 1st and 10. It's a run. The running back's got it. Tackle made after just a short gain.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there.
That's a nice completion here by this Michigan offense. And when Michigan is really clicking, you think about over the years, they've been efficient within that passing game, being able to throw the football to complement a very physical running game. Nice play.
After second effort, he's brought down, but he's past the marker.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
On the ground, it's McMillan. And he's brought down after a short gain, does not make the first down yardage.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Getting set. Here's second down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Caught quickly. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. And he'll drop back here on third down. And the junior quarterback inaccurate that time, threw it behind the receiver.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
So their first drive of the game, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Aggressive start. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And it falls incomplete. A turnover on downs. Big play for this defense.
Interesting call here early, showing that they're coming in with an aggressive mindset, but they come up short of the first down.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? To the air, it's Marshall. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. He'll try a pass here. And the junior quarterback inaccurate that time. Threw it behind the receiver.
Well, there aren't very many things that can get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that good pressure by the defense can get to any quarterback.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They've got him down out near the 40. Crucial third down play coming up after that run. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Short pass finds the tight end. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a 4th and short.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on 4th down.
Oh, a big decision here very early. They're going to go for it on their own side of the 50 on the first possession. Here we go on 4th down. Stop right near midfield. It'll be a first down.
Trends show guys that are continuing to go for it on 4th down. What's crazy to me, Chris, is deep in your own territory to go for it on 4th down. It's a big risk, but it pays off here.
1st and 10 now for the offense. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Second down after that previous play. Looking downfield, it's Marshall. Tight end makes the grab. Breaks loose at the 40. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
He stopped and gets a first down. The Gators come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. An inside give now from the shotgun. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm. Everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. And the Gators looking to finish the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. QB to the tight end for a completion. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. They've had the break to talk about it. Now we begin the quarter with the offense set up 2nd and goal. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on them. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
PAT makes it 7-0. Here's the kickoff team now, set to move this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to bring him down. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. Last time they went forward on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore.
Boy, how fortunate is the Florida defensive coordinator when you can rely on speed and quickness like this in the defensive line. No need to blitz. You don't have to bring those linebackers when you have the tradition and speed and excellence in the defensive line like these Florida Gators have.
He makes the grab. Moves the ball to the 25. Good enough for a first down.
Well, this is what separates the men from the boys right here. This quarterback knows he's going to get hit, does a good job of staying laser focused on his target, and as he throws that ball, he gets annihilated, but big positive yards because of that determination by the quarterback.
Caught by the receiver. Gain of 25 on the play.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. And he'll set up to throw. Fires it to the wideout. And he's got his man open downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. They attack the deep middle of this defense, Kirk, come up with a big play.
Nice job giving that quarterback time to throw. Good job of making that read to the middle of the field and working against those safeties, and a big play is the result.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
He's got it near the end zone. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a 1st and goal for this offense.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. It's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. We'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
No problem with BAT right down the middle. The BAT ties the game here in the 2nd quarter now. The kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. The Gators offense retakes the field. They really had the defense off balance in the last possession, mixing the run and pass extremely well. Breaking free at the 35. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, you think about over the years with the Gators and their offense, it's always about Steve Spurrier and spreading it out and fun and gun and attacking downfield. I think these great Gator teams, they have an ability to do what we just saw right here. Pick up a first down on the ground, relying on an offensive line.
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Send the back in motion. To throw, it's Marshall. Looking for the wide out. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators. Extra point try coming now. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Now they get set to kick it away. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. They're going to run it. Mack gets the carry. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. Here's the second down play. And now the running back's got it again. Osaka with a strong tackle there.
Well, another short game for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw it on first down. And the pass is incomplete. Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back. Running back has it on a screen now. And they bring him down. Blocker has not much help on the screen there. He's short of the first down.
They're able to get a short gain to make this third down a little bit more manageable. But it is third and long, so this offensive line's got to be ready, do a good job of communicating, and pick up any potential blitzes here on third and long.
He pulls it in for a big gain. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show an ability to hit throws like this on third down. They hit it, they keep the drive alive, now they have a chance to put points on the board.
Breaks into the clear, it's a sprint. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And the Wolverines looking to cash in the red zone. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You've got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
Junior steps up and makes an impact play. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
That's another sack for this defense, Chris. If I'm not mistaken, they've got a lot of pressures. I think that's their second sack of this game. And this defense has a lot to do with why they have this nice lead here early in the game.
They went for it and failed on 4th down earlier. Let's see if they fare better here. And a timeout is called, important stage late here in the second quarter. So they're short on 4th down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And the Florida offense retakes the field. They got off to a slow start, but they had been clicking lately. Can they build on this lead now in the second quarter? He fires this throw and is intercepted. Not much on the return, but the pick will set up the offense at the 35.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
Looking out throwing here to start the drive. And the sophomore's got him for a sack. Pass protection a serious issue. Another sack makes it second and long. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And it's just beyond the receiver's grasp. Too much on that one. Third down now after the incompletion. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And they've got him a sack to end the drive. What a play by this defense.
That's really good coverage downfield, and it just looked like the quarterback was waiting and waiting a little bit too long. By the time he decides to try to make a throw, nothing's open, and result is a sack and a turnover on downs.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And that pass falls incomplete. Second and 10 here. Looking downfield, it's Marshall. And he finds his tight end for the catch. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Touchdown, Florida. This quarterback on fire today.
Oh, what a play. Man, this defense, they better watch out for this tight end today. It's proven right there how easily he can slip behind and get lost in coverage. And if that happens, this quarterback's going to find him and make it pay.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. And looking to throw now on first down. Lets it fly to the wideout. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock. So after the incompletion, it's second down. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. Time running down, just 1 play left here in the half. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Let's it go quickly. It's caught downfield. And the gain just good enough for a first down. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick this away to begin the second half. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Florida offense is back out on the field now. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Breaking free at the 35. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there, the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
Pressure is coming. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. You either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
Back to pass. It's Marshall. He'll take a deep shot. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. But now it's third down.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
The defense will wrap him up after a 7-yard gain. It'll bring up fourth down. It's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
Here's that defense shifting again. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down.
Well, that's exactly when you want to go to your literal slot receiver, right? He gets a one-on-one matchup on fourth down, has all that room to work with in the middle of the field. Get him the football on fourth down, come up with a conversion, keep those sticks moving.
Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground. Second down after that run on the previous play. Handoff in a single back formation. Fights through the tackler. Good enough for first down yardage.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in his playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving his running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
Looking to throw it from the red zone. Launching it downfield. Touchdown, Gators. This air attack is still unstoppable. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
He's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
The extra point makes the lead 18 now. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. First down, looking to throw the ball. He pulls in the catch. Tackled at the 44, but good enough for a first down.
Boy, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Greasy had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Kerback and all the great receivers. So this is within their history, and it's good that they're leaning on it.
Receiver makes the catch. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Quick throw to his receiver. Makes the catch downfield. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the first half. They go right back to him again, and we can see the second half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
Goes to his right side there for the completion. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up a third down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Urgency now for the offense. They'd hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. The pocket breaking down. And it's incomplete again. Fourth down coming up.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
And he's got it. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on fourth down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
Second down and goal. On the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Finds an open target on the left side. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
The offense is out there. Here comes a two-point conversion attempt. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And it's caught in the end zone for a two-point conversion to cut into this lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Returner decides to fair catch this. The Gators offense retakes the field. A beautiful, balanced drive reached the end zone last time. Can they keep it going here? A pop pass on the jet sweep. And it's going to be taken down there, but there is a flag on the field. So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. They'll run this play from the pistol formation. They'll run it here. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
Now it's second down here. Dropping back, it's Marshall. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Deep shot, caught out of the 20. They've got him at the 4, but a big gain in that catch and run.
Just a great call here by the offensive coordinator. The quarterback does a good job of recognizing the matchup that he wants, puts the ball up and away from the defender where the receiver can run underneath it for a big gain.
And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. Coming up, second down and goal. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Touchdown, Florida. This offense is still clicking.
This receiver is putting on a show today. That is 3 trips to the end zone already.
And based on how this defense is playing against him, this may not be the last time we see him in the end zone today.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting earholed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
6-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 4.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance and a really nice gain.
3rd down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They bring him down at the 45, and a solid gain to keep this drive going.
To the tight end. Pickup of 14. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Florida 35, Michigan 18.
So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Oh, the pass is picked off. Going the other way. Can they stop him? That's a potential game changer. The pick and the big return.
Boy, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoffs. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Keeping it on the ground here. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
What a shot, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seem to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
He's got some room. Can he get there? He'll be muscled out of bounds, very close to the goal line.
Oh, the running back. I think he might be frustrated. He had such a great gain, and somehow he gets pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I think he wanted to take that one all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. I don't blame him.
On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Touchdown, Gators. To stretch the lead, the route is on. That's That's another passing strike from this quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ballgame.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And, man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up coverage because right now it is not working.
Return starts from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16.
And the Michigan offense will take over first and
And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. And that picks up a first down. He'll spot it at the 39.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
First down, looking to throw the football. He cannot escape the defense with a sack.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
Fires it to the wideout. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
Stays on the field down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Trying for a fourth down completion. He's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the second half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
Use the running game to chew on this clock now. Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown, Florida. And this one is getting ugly.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about, whether it's the quarterback, running back, the receivers, the offensive line. The entire unit has been dominant.
And they get set now to try the PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. Last time they gambled and lost. Went for it in fourth down in their territory and got stopped. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Catch is made down the middle. Finally brought down, but the game moves it to the 44. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve as much clock as possible. The Wolverines line up on 1st and 10 now. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Throw to the sideline, steps out after a short gain.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
That completion makes it second and medium. Looking to chuck it again. Fires it to the wideout. Falls incomplete. Broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
On third down, he drops to throw. Caught over the middle. It's McMillan. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage. And the coach quickly calls timeout after the play, trying to hold on to as much time as possible. A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
All of this pressure and sacks are starting to impact this quarterback. You can sense that internal timer is sped up a bit more than usual.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Contact as he let the ball go. Oh, that one's picked off. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Breaks loose at the 40. They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want, whenever we feel like doing.
2nd down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. That run sets up an important 3rd down call for this offense. Same tailback, another carry. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker.
Well, another nice run by this running back, and he's well over 100 yards now in the game. A big part of the reason that they're going to win this football game and advance to the next round.
A running play called on 4th down. Tackle made at the 41. That's first down yardage.
Now they roll the dice and go for it here on 4th down. Late in the game with the lead, and they get it. Good job by the offensive line. The running back knew exactly where to go, and this one may be out of reach.
The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Handoff as they try to work the clock here. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Pickup of 6. 3rd down coming up.
Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's 3rd down. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's 3rd down. And now they run the draw play. Tackle made at the 26. Good enough for a first down.
Well, why not, Chris? These guys have been doing it all year. This offensive line has been a staple, and this back has the vision to be able to find that crease to get the first down, and you're that much closer to advancing.
Will he score here? Touchdown, Gators. And the route is on. That's another touchdown for this running back. They can't stop him. Dream performance in this playoff game.
Yeah, this is going to be a performance we're going to be talking about for a long time. I just love watching because he's doing it in so many different ways. We've seen speed. We've seen his physicality. He's breaking tackles. Boy, just an absolute dream scenario, as you said.
And the extra point was up and good. We think I'll see him on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Not an ideal kickoff as it heads out of bounds. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down here for this offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You hope you make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disaster.
That's the third pick tonight thrown by this QB. And they bring him down, but look, there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see if the officials wipe away this turnover. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. He's got a man down the middle. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
Love to see an aggressive mindset following sudden change. The quick strike here. The defense barely has a chance to even get set up and get established before they have to deal with a big shot taken over their head.
Looking for the wideout. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big 3rd down defensive play.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
Quick throw to the left side. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a 4th down stop.
Well, that'll do it, Chris. This defense has played well the entire game. It's very fitting here on this 4th down play in the 4th quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. They step up again. Give them the game ball.
So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.